Hello everyone, this is Judy coming to you from my scrapbook loft, and I've cleaned up my mess on my desk, got some stuff put away, so I'm calmed down, had some supper. I realized at 4 o'clock I hadn't eaten anything all day, so no wonder I was so tired and bum-fuzzled. Anyway, I'm here to tell you I made a mistake. Yes, I did. On my last page insert that I was doing, I forgot that I was going to make this a simple book for my cousin. So that's why I was making the pages 7 and 7/8 and just leaving an edge around. And by putting this gatefold on, it made it 8 by 8. So I'm not going to tear this up or redo it. I'm just going to move it. I'm going to move it to the front of the book. Just like that. Okay? That's going to be the first page now. Okay? No big deal. And now, for this page, I took this sheet of paper pad. I fussy cut around this flower and some leaves. I didn't do a real good job because it's going to be a pocket and I didn't want it to be too fragile. And then on the back, I backed it with white cardstock here to stiffen it up on the back of this to stiffen it up, and then I put some here to stiffen that up. But that's going to get tape on it too, so that's the first thing we're going to do, is tape that down. Now, let's tape our sides, and when I do that, I'm going to raise this piece up and cut it off a little bit. Just a little bit, about a ½ inch on each side. And then I'm going to put this tape here down, up through here. I vacuumed the floor, I cleaned up, and my family says I'm OCD. So when I get too much of a mess, even though I'm working, and then the camera was driving me nuts, I just kind of got a little overwhelmed, I think. And I hadn't eaten, so I was hungry. Now we want to be sure not to put tape on this end here, because that's going to be our pocket. I was going to try to make this scrapbook as simple as possible for my cousin. She doesn't know a whole lot about scrapbooks, so I didn't want to overwhelm her with too many flips and flops. She can do a page or two. Okay. Another thing I wanted to do, and I forgot, but I can still do it, is I wanted to ink around the edges with this lavender. I'm going to do just a little bit on this flower. I might be cutting that piece right there back off and putting it back down on that paper because that's a little fragile. I'll see how it works. Okay, now I'm only going to take off one side, and I'm going to take off the side on the hinge over here, and then I'm going to line this one up. Sorry, I bumped the camera. Let me see if it's still in line. Still focused. Yep. Need a little more light though, don't we? Okay. Let's see how that pocket works out. There we go. That'll be a pretty pocket. I think that'll be alright. Okay, there's that one. This flower piece of paper here, I'm going to use on this gatefold. And then there's another one in here I'll be cutting out. It's the front side of this one. So it'll be just fine. And it matches this side. So it'll be just fine. It'll work out real good. Okay. Got that one glued in. Okay. On this side, I'm going to use the back side of this paper, sheet of paper of this one. It's the back side. And I'm doing that because I'm finding this paper hard to work with. So the best thing to do is to work with what they give you. And what I want to do, oh, I forgot to tell you this part. On this sheet right here, I found the center of this pad, this paper, and I cut off each side. The sides that, to make it 7 7/8, I cut off the sides. And then I cut off the end. I just found the center. I just found the center of it in order to get it. This flower wasn't centered on the paper, so I didn't center it in the book. I could have, but I wanted it to look like this, so that's why I did that. But that come out, that is the center of this paper. Okay, so on this page, now I've decided if I'm going to do any flips and flops, I'm going to have to adjust for them. So on this page, what should I do for her is let's make her some windows. We will do the paper. I'm going to cut it at 7 3/4 and 7 3/4 to allow for the flips that I'm going to put on here, okay? I'm just going to show you all a couple of pages, and then I'm just going to work on my book and come back to you when I get it finished. Okay, 7 3/4 and 7 3/4 gives me 8 inches this way. And the way I will compensate for it having a little more at the top, it's what they make ribbons for, and borders. Okay, so I'm going to get me 110-pound white. Let's get me some out on the desk. And we're going to make it 4.5 by 6.5. I want it to be 6.5 long because your pictures are 6.5, so I need it 4.5 by 7. Get my mini scoreboard out, and we are going to score on 1/2 inch. And I'll show you what I mean. I won't get it all done on this one video, but I'll show you one. I'm going to put one here, and now you notice I didn't give it a gusset because there's not going to be that much on this page. So there is no need for a gusset. I'm making her a picture book, and that's the way that one's going to work. And it's going to go that way and that way. So now these here will work just fine on my page, like that. And I will compensate up here with some ribbon or bling. And I had, if I wasn't going to put ribbon up here, I would have cut it 7 7/8 by 7 3/4. But I've got a beautiful ribbon. Let me show you some of the ribbon that I got in that I am going to use in this book. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I think she will love it. And then I have some of this. And I have some flat back pearls on a string. Those are off-white, but I have some that are white too. So, I'm going to put some real pretty ribbon because what I was thinking, see how that matches that real pretty? That matches so pretty. And then this one, this page doesn't have any purple on it. So that ribbon will bring those two together. Bring those two pages together, as it will that front page, if I use it on it, because I'm going to use that paper. So, there's a minute left on my timer. Alicia, I will put these flippy floppies on my page, and then I will put my page in my book. I always decorate these last. I make my tags last. What I do is I try to build the base of my album first. I hope this has been helpful to you all. This will be the last video unless somebody has a question and wants me to show them something else. So, I will come back to you when this book is finished, and I will show you the finished product. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, and hugs to you from me. Bye.